the Emperor, the unkillable man, the true 713 here. Today I'm talking about the most slept on character in all of Invincible. This guy is with the most potential and he actually lives up to it. The Emperor. Let's start with the basics. The Emperor's main power is his invulnerability. And when I say invulnerable, I mean actually completely no exception invulnerable. He doesn't bleed, he's immune to soul attacks, bulletproof, immune to every disease, including the scourge wires. He takes nuclear bombs, he walks through the magma like it's nothing, and the smartest man in the entire Invincible universe looked at him and said killing him is flat out impossible. No external weaknesses, no internal weaknesses, nothing. Now, imagine taking that man and handing him power armor capable of destroying planets on a whim, then bonding that suit with the soul of his dead best friend. Every character you are thinking of in Invincible, the Emperor has either already killed them or ruled without breaking a sweat. Alan the Allen, already dead by his hands. Omnipotus, the guy who destroyed his own universe. Easy work. Battle Beast, the guy who nearly killed Trek. His head is literally on a trophy on the Emperor's wall. If you do the math, he's sitting comfortably at the start of solar level system. The Emperor is Brit. But not our Brit. To understand him, we need to go back to the beginning. Brit's father lost his wife in an accident and made a promise to himself, never again. So he and young Brit spent nearly a decade traveling the world searching their own version of Captain America super soldier serum. They get mocked everywhere they went. Nobody believed it was possible, but his father actually achieved it. He made Brit completely invulnerable to all damage. And what did Brit do with that gift? He enlisted in World War. Still aging, still mortal in that sense, but incapable physically. That's the foundation. No, here's where the alternate reality splits from our own. In this dimension, when Tech Jacket bonded with his suit, the Jaldarians weren't the peaceful, intelligent beings we know from the main continuity. These Jaldarians were conquerors. They tracked the suit signal straight to Earth and tried to take it by force. Earth's defenders fought back and won. But the Galdarians couldn't accept the loss, so they brought their final solution, the Omega Jacket. That single suit destroyed most of America, then all of Earth's greatest heroes come together, including Invincible and Tech Jacket, to fight the Omega Jacket. Their best effort barely cracked the outer shell, but that crack was enough. Donald connected to its mainframe and shut it down from the inside, at the cost of his life. His lifeless body merged with the suit, and in that moment, after everything he lived in that war, made Brit bond with that suit. So, the Emperor was worth. The Emperor's arsenal on top of his invulnerability is terrifying. Plasma weapons, missiles, incredible speed and strength, and mind screens, which are essentially a form of mind control. He's fully loaded. And looking at the trophies in his palace, Battle-based Alan Omnipotus, I think it's fair to place him well above track on the power scale comfortably. If he is this strong, truly invulnerable, armed with the most powerful weapon in the galaxy, how do our heroes ever beat him? What can he actually do against something like that? Best case scenario is stalemate, right? Well, yes and no. Here's where Kirkman does something really interesting. He has this recurring theme in his writing. Beings who never meant to be immortal eventually get destroyed by their own minds. We see it with the immortal, we see it with the robot, we see it clearly here with the Emperor, but notice who it never happens to. Ultramice, Trag, Omni-Man, all of them live for thousands of years, and their mind stays sharp and focused, because Ultramice are biologically built for immortality. Their psychology is designed to handle it. In this case, humans aren't. Spirit was never supposed to live this long. Centuries of war, loss, grief, and guilt accumulated until the Emperor became a hollow shell of the man he once was. Building 24/7 strip clubs in his palace, surrounding himself with trophies, going through the motions of power without any real purpose left. That's when our Brit arrives and talks to him. Not a fight, just a conversation. And that conversation cuts through everything the Emperor built on himself, making him question whether this is really who he is, whether this is the life the people he lost would have wanted for him. And something breaks open. Meanwhile, a dormant Donald, still alive inside the Omega jacket, after all these centuries, gets reached by the main continuity Donald. Or Donald. This suit gets disabled, the Emperor comes back to himself, then the Jailers return, drawn by Donald's reawakened signal, and the Emperor, clear headed for the first time in centuries, makes a choice. He goes after them, finish it once and for all. It reminded me when Invincible gave Immortal the robot brain to help manage his future mental decline. Kirkman keeps coming back to this idea. Humans were never meant to outlive everything they love. The guilt reshapes them. The trauma accumulates into something unrecognizable. The Emperor isn't really a villain story. He's a cautionary tale about what happens when a human lives far beyond what they built for. He got his moment of clarity, he chose redemption, and then he was gone. We never see him again in the main continuity, but based on his feats, his arsenal, and the fact that even at his lowest, he was untouchable. I'll say it clearly, the Emperor is the strongest character in all of Invincible, and almost nobody talks about him. Hope you guys enjoyed this one. If you did, please like and subscribe. And if you want more content like this, check out the Gojo vs. Track video where we settle that debate once for all. See you next time.